Hey guys, welcome to our new YouTube channel. This is Luke.
Hi.
I'm Johnny. And today we're going to go over squats. Our channel is actually specifically dedicated to calisthenics and calisthenics training and how to get stronger with calisthenics through workouts in the gym. Specifically today, we're going to go over compounds. And the compound today of choice is squats.
For those that are unfamiliar with calisthenics, it is a bodyweight movement, anywhere from push-ups to handstands to core holds. So these movements require strong glutes and strong core, which squats do help strengthen, along with your upper body areas like shoulders and your scapula.
Which leads us perfectly into our first exercise, which is the broom stretch. That is an exercise that's going to actually open and bring mobility in your shoulders, and it's also going to open up the chest. Now we're going to show it from the front view. The front view is how to actually bring your arms in or hands in closer. So over time you want to stretch further and further in, so you're getting better mobility in your joints, so you're able to hold the bar closer when you're squatting.
If you are lacking the mobility to get your hands all the way behind your back, you can regress the exercise by putting the bar above your head and just pushing it back as far as you can until you get that full range of movement.
Once your upper body is nice and stretched out, we're then going to work down to the lower body. The lower body is mainly to do with the hips and why we need to work on the hips a lot. Hip mobility actually gets you the full range of movement in your squats. If you don't have full range of hip mobility, you can't get to a 90-degree depth. That is when your batty bum is down to your knees. But really it is the glutes. That's the official name, it's the glutes. But we're going to call it the batty bum for the sake of this video. Is that alright?
Yeah. So we'll start with lateral leg swings. So swinging the legs from left to right in a controlled manner like demonstrated will help mobilise the hips and help engage with the quads and glutes a lot better. And conducting the same movement but back and forth, again in a controlled manner, will help loosen up the hips from the front and also the glutes.
The batty. So now we're loosened off the batty, what we're actually going to do is work back upstairs. So we're actually going to get underneath the bar, as demonstrated by our lovely assistant Luke. Very sexy boy right there. As you can see here, what he's doing is putting his arms out wide, and as he is getting more confident and he's getting better mobility in his shoulders from the broom stretches, he's actually going to bring his arms back in much closer so the hands are actually in line with the elbows.
That moves us nicely onto the wrist positioning. So having bent wrist means you are not engaging the scapula as much, which then massively limits your power. So by locking out those wrists as demonstrated, you engage the scapula, which is the stabilizing muscle, and allows you for a lot more power on that squat.
So there's some really good exercises in order to actually get better at squats. There are a million more exercises we can go over, but we just don't have time in this video. We're actually creating another video for next week's episode of Dragon Ball Z. But until then, we are going to go over some ways of how to actually improve squatting, how to right the wrongs and then improve from there.
Right guys, thanks for watching our first video. Many more to come. Please make sure you subscribe and let us know in the comments if there's anything else you want us to go over in the future. Subscribe.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Subscribe. Seriously.